Russian President Vladimir Putin coming to the defense of Trump. You know, behind me a few moments ago before we started rolling, there was a Fox chyron that stated actually, Putin defends Trump. You know what? Thank God for that finally, because we have seen a beating taking place in the U.S. because of the U.S. intel community and the dossier. And Putin is speaking out. He's saying, look, this dossier that are propagandists, they are worse than prostitutes as far as he's concerned. And I frankly agree with him. Here's how he lays out his case. So he's talking about the upset, the impending upset that is going to be happening in Washington, D.C. He's comparing it to the Maidan revolution that took place in Ukraine. And I actually lived in Russia during that time, and we saw paid protesters take to the streets, similar protesters that we're seeing now, and they were actually paid to create chaos, havoc, basically destroy what they can, all in an effort to bring about democracy. What does that sound like? It sounds like Soros to me. And Leanne and I covered yesterday at length how the left, this Project Veritas video that was released, how they're planning on creating chaos, emitting an acid in the air to be able to erupt everything and to stop it. Guess what? They can't stop it, and Putin is right in this case. It is worse than the Maidan protests that happened in Kiev in 2014. Now, I want to take you to specifically what he said about what's happening, about the political struggle that's happening here in the U.S. He's saying, in my opinion, there are several goals. Some are obvious. Yeah, they're obvious to us. And this is not about Putin or supporting Russia. This is simply stating the obvious, that Trump is under unprecedented attack. And it's taking a Russian to actually say, you know what, this is worse than prostitution as far as he's concerned. So he's saying the first is to undermine the legitimacy of the elected president. Incidentally, the connection, I would like to note, whether people do or do not want to admit it, this greatly damages U.S. interest. Then he goes on to say, it seems as if they were trained for this in Kiev and they were ready to organize a Maidan in Washington. He's absolutely right. These ridiculous, chaotic protesters. Then he goes on to talk about the dossier in the U.S., and he's saying that it's worse than prostitution. Prostitution is an ugly social phenomenon, but people who order such fakes and are now used against the elected president of the United States, fabricating information and use it in a, quote, political struggle, they are worse than prostitutes. You know what? President Putin, I agree with you. These liars, these real purveyors of fake news in the media, and it is infuriating to me that are trying to spread this crap, this garbage about a golden shower and how ridiculous it is. First, they're saying that Russia hacked the election. Now they're saying that Russia can blackmail. You know, this is coming out of our intel community, and it's spread like garbage with the real fake news. I agree with you, sir. They are worse than hookers as far as I'm concerned as well. Check out this article. It's up on our website. It aggregated from RT News, but there is a different spin on it. We'd like for you to read it. Also, download our app while you're at it, infowars.com/app. I'm Margaret Howell reporting.
Everyone knows that InfoWars funds our operation by selling high-quality products that we use and that everybody needs at very competitive, affordable prices. And so I get questions all the time over the years. Why don't you sell body armor at InfoWarsStore.com? Or why don't you have sponsors that sell body armor? And it's simple. I will only promote and I will only sell the very, very best out there. And there's a nexus point. There's quality versus price, and those 2 points have to come together. National Defense Labs and its civilian subsidiary, Citizen Armor, has given InfoWars the exclusive on distributing to the American people the true next generation in body armor.
Basically what we're bringing to the InfoWars team is a new line of dynamic, lightweight body armor. It's nanotube technology. It's created here in Texas. It is lighter, more flexible, easier to wear, more comfortable, and stronger than anything else on the market. We used different pistols, different calibers to test different pieces of the body armor to ensure that it was up to the high standards that we expect to carry here at the InfoWars store.
Born in Texas, made in America, exclusively available at InfoWarsStore.com right now. The backpack body armor is only $200. And we shot everything you can imagine at it. Again, fund the InfoWar. Get the game-changing nanotech tubes from Buck Rogers. It's a win-win. $200. Go check out all their different products at InfoWarsStore.com. It's amazing.